Hello, my friends, and welcome to another week of art. Let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to share my screen. Okay, we are in week of November 17th through the 24th, and we are just around the corner to Thanksgiving. So I bet you can tell what we're going to be working on today. I can create an original work of art using color, line, shape, and pattern. And today you're going to complete a drawing of a turkey in the style of the artist Romero Brito, and we'll talk about him in a moment. What will we do today? We're going to review our rules and expectations, review how we use line, color, shape, and pattern, view samples of the work of the artist Romero Brito, and images of turkeys, and reading of Gobble Gobble, Mr. Wobble by Betsy Cummings, a demonstration of a drawing of a turkey, and you're going to create your art and turn it in. Okay, let me get this up a little bit closer so we can see. Come on. Okay, art room rules. You should know this by heart. Attitude is a choice. Be positive, respect everyone, and try your best. And don't forget that you are graded on participation in essentials, so you must be good listeners, try your best, and complete the work in art. If you are an online learner, return your artwork to Google Classroom, ClassDojo, or email me at eturner@ecps.us. Okay. Or if you are returning to school face-to-face, this is what you should expect from art class. One, I will be coming to your classroom for art. For now, you won't be coming to my room. I'll be coming to you on a cart. We will wear our mask, social distance, and keep our hands and area clean. You will mainly use your own supplies for our lessons, so you won't be sharing supplies. Okay, quick review. We talked about elements of art, and they are the ingredients that make up art. And one of those elements is line. Line starts with one point, and it is a path that starts with a point and continues. And we have different types of line, which I have here. And shape. Shape is also an element of art, and it's the outline of an object. And we looked at two-dimensional geometric shapes, and that's like a triangle or a rectangle, a square, a circle, an oval, or a diamond. Or organic shapes. Oop, and I went ahead. Organic shapes like fruit, a cloud, pumpkin, or leaves. And now I'm ready to go next slide. Okay. And a while back we talked about pattern, and pattern is one of the principles of design. And remember, principles of design kind of works with elements of art and creates a beautiful work of art. Pattern can be repeating shapes, colors, lines, or symbols. And we see that down here at the bottom on the right. We see it repeating a line, pattern, or shapes on an object, or just geometric shapes. It can be a repetition of that, or color even, okay? Okay, now these are images of turkeys, and we automatically see patterns in their feathers. And you can see how there's a pattern in the feathers that are on their chest, on their stomach, on their tail feathers. And you can see that turkey is not just one color. There's lots of little colors, little flecks of colors all in the turkey, and that's important, okay? Here is an example of the art of Romero Brito, okay? Now, unlike the turkeys, these are very bright, but you can definitely see patterns inside the shapes, okay? You can see stripes, polka dots. You can see patterns with the colors, like the light blue, the dark blue, pinks, reds. So we are going to be creating a work of art based on this artist. I want to show you this cute story first, though. It's really funny.
Wobble by Becky Cummings. Word travelled quickly on the farm that the grand Thanksgiving Day feast was Thursday, just a few days away. Farmer Joe came to the barn to share the news with Wobble the turkey. "This year we'll be having you for dinner. It's time you got ready," Farmer Joe said with a smile. Wobble couldn't believe it. His eyes popped open. He shook all over. "I'm the dinner guest," he exclaimed with joy. He sprang into a happy dance, flapping his feathers and creating quite the dust storm. This would be his first Thanksgiving Day feast. He wanted to be ready. He started to prepare himself. On Sunday, he fancied his feathers and plucked out the old ones. Then he fluffed his gobbler. Next, he used a little turkey drool to spike his hair. Wobble admired himself in the mirror. "Marvelloso!" On Monday, Farmer Linda came to feed Wobble extra food. "There you go, baby. You eat up and get big and strong," she said with joy. Wobble couldn't believe his luck. "Extra food this week too? Score!" he whooped. He made sure to eat carefully so his feathers stayed neat. He did not want to be sticky or dirty on the big day. Gobble-a-hee-ho, gobble-oo-too-hoo. On Tuesday, Wobble worked on his perfect gobble to greet the farmer and his human guests. First, he sang a few warm-up songs about some farmer called Old MacDonald. Next, he let out the loudest gobble that startled the cows to moo, which made the ducks quack. The barn got loud. On Wednesday, Wobble planned to go to sleep nice and early. He was ready to celebrate a day of giving and love. Wobble finished reading his book about good table manners. Then he said a little prayer. "I'm so thankful to be the dinner guest. I love Thanksgiving." Thursday was Thanksgiving. The barn mouse kept trying to make Wobble take a walk outside, but he would not go. He could not be late for dinner. Finally, the farmer came to the barn with his axe in hand. "Time for dinner, my friend. Let's go," exclaimed Farmer Joe. They went straight to the woodpile, and the farmer chopped some pieces of wood for the fire. "These will do. Now come inside." Farmer Joe threw the wood in the fire. The house lit up with warmth as the smell of freshly baked apple pie filled the room. Then Farmer Linda opened the oven and steam from the most delicious saucy lasagna poured out. The smells were almost too much for Wobble. He shook with happiness. The family gathered quickly at the table, and the farmer pulled out a chair for his beloved turkey. "Time for a family feast, my friend," said Farmer Joe. "Mr. Wobble, would you like to say, gobble a few words?" Wobble let it all fly out. "Gobble-ee-ho, gobble-oo-too-hoo, gobble-tee, gobble-dee, gobble-da." "I am thankful for your love towards me
and my beautiful barn where I live. But today, most of all, I am thankful for lasagna.
The end.
Okay, that was a great story, I thought. It was a cute story because the whole time Mr. Wobble is thinking he's a guest, and he was right. We don't always have to eat turkey on Thanksgiving. Sometimes we can eat something else. It's just important to be together. Okay, let's see.
Gobble, gobble.
I want to
Miss.
do it again. There we go. We want to see a demo of how to draw a turkey. And remember, yours doesn't have to look just like mine, but I'm going to show you a couple of different ways to draw it. And I'm using pattern in these drawings. Okay. So let's start with an example here of a basic turkey, and I am using pattern. I am using pattern with shape and line and color. Okay. So we've got this one. And this one is more like Romero's work with the bright use of color in the feathers. And this is another way you could do it. And I actually added an outfit to it. So he's maybe in disguise. And I even have pattern here with a minion turkey. Now, you can get ambitious and try some of those drawings, but I'm going to show you the basic way to draw them first. Okay. I started with a circle and then a much larger circle. This is for his big chest that he has out and his feathers, because he's a proud turkey, and a triangle for the beak because we're looking at him straight on. And you can do the eyes like this, or you could just use the circles. There's the feet, very basic. And you can make these a little bit thicker. Now I'm going to start with the feathers. And I start from the top and work my way around, almost like a flower. So as it's getting around to the side, they're getting a little bit smaller, or not as tall or long. And they can get even smaller, but you don't want to go all the way around a turkey because he's not a flower. These are his tail feathers. Okay, now I'm doing like a U that I repeat. You could do more. That's for the feathers on the chest. And you can do patterns that are a little bit different on his tail feathers, like you could repeat the shapes. The one that's colored in, I basically did just a repetition of stripes that went around the tail feathers. Now let's take a look at this one. It's basically the same way that it's drawn, but the patterns are different. I've got the same circle, the same bigger circle on the bottom, but this time I added almost like ruffle feathers. And he almost looks like a cupcake right now, or a Christmas ornament, but we're adding the feet. And hold on a second. You can see on the right, I thickened up the legs and the feet, and you can do that too. And again, you just add those feathers the same way. I'm going to speed it up a tiny bit. Now here, you could do polka dots, you could do squiggly lines, you could do triangles like I did on the right, you could do hearts. The trick is the way you're going to color them in as well, okay? So think about some of those bright colors you're going to use. If you don't have colors, you can shade them in, like some of them lighter, some of them darker. So you can do some contrast. So it's not just a line drawing, okay? So you want to see a variety of patterns in it. Okay, let me go forward just a little bit. I'm going to give you a peek at how to draw this one, just in case you want to be really ambitious and give it a go. Okay. Okay, the minion one is basically the same way as what we've been doing. You just change the way you apply the pattern by drawing faces. For this one, you're going to do a side view, and that's the little gobbler thing that hangs down. It almost looks like an extra pair of skin or something. Notice how I've given him a long neck because he does have a neck on this one. And this is where his tail feathers are attached. But instead of doing individual feathers, I'm going to do almost like a fan shape that's going to go around my turkey. And then I can just draw lines coming out from the center. Oop, I didn't do that at the right angle. So I'll go back in, I'll change it a little bit. But you see how it still looks like a turkey, but I've just done the feathers a little bit differently. And I'm not going to finish that because I just want you to do your own version of it. But you do see that I added very colorful patterns into this turkey as well. Okay, so let's go to our next slide, if I can get there. And it doesn't want to cooperate. There we go. Complete your drawing of a turkey using color, line, shape, and pattern. Okay, online learners, you must take a picture and post to Google Classroom or ClassDojo or email it to me at eturner@ecps.us. And if you have any questions, please feel free to email me or call me at this number. Okay, so I can't wait to see your turkeys. I'm sure they're going to be beautiful and colorful and lots of pattern. I miss you. I love you. I can't wait to see you. And for those of you who are at home, hopefully we'll all be together again soon. Happy Thanksgiving and hope to see you soon. Love you. Bye.